everybody, it's Jason with JR Custom Designs, Rotoboss Road Attachments. Today's video we're going to show you how we engrave a 1 gallon PPD Hydration jug, I guess you call it. We're going to be utilizing the Thunder Nova 24 and the Rotoboss Talon. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the screen. I'll show you what I got going on and we'll get to engraving. Alright, so what we have here is I just threw together some logos. Obviously Rotoboss, Thunder, Hyoten, sorry. Yeah, so we just threw everything together here. What we did is we have a 1 gallon jug, so the diameter of it's about 6.5 inches, which is what we have here for our height. So basically made our template to fit the jug. We've already done the rotary setup. You want to make sure you got your chuck selected. The steps for rotation are around 8,200. Mine happens to be 8,200. The object diameter is 165.1 millimeters, and the circumference 518.677. So with the 518.677, after we establish that, that's where we come up here for our height for the template. We want that to match the circumference in light burn, which again is the same thing you see here. Once that's done, we've already got our layout set up. So with these templates, you can make the template for whatever and then save it and then come back and then you can throw whatever you want in it. That way you have the same repeatability every time. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and set this up. We went ahead and send it to the laser. So we're going to go ahead and pop over to the laser, do a couple frame to show you what's going on, and go from there. Alright, so now that we got it set up in the rotary and in the laser, we decided to utilize the Talon chuck, and we are using the support wheels from the Ascend. With this bottle, it is able to hold it, but I don't want to risk it. So I went ahead and we're using support wheels to stabilize it because it is so big and heavy. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and frame it. We want to make sure that it goes from the starting point back to the starting point and then come back around to this point here. Give me like 2 minutes of this finish. As you notice, as it comes around, we'll see our initial start point, which it comes back to. Now it's going to go around and then it should come back to it again. Bear in mind on this, it's going to be a little short because we have our perimeter box that has no output, so that's why it's stopping a little short on that. But once it comes back, it should stop at this same exact starting point. Back where we started from. Alright, so now that we're done doing the engraving, I noticed a couple spots in here where it looks like it may have had my settings a little bit off on the line interval and stuff. Left a few stray pieces of powder coat in there, but we'll go ahead and get it cleaned off and see how it looks afterwards. And just for curiosity, I use the Enduramark glue, and then a magic sponge to clean it. So what I do is lightly wet this, let it sit for a few seconds. Then just take our magic sponge and get these off Amazon or whatever for dirt cheap, pretty much. And then just go to scrubbing. And it's typical with blue that you're going to get this really dark soot on there. That's normal, so don't freak out about that. Blue, red, pink, and white typically put off a really dark soot to the engraving. The chances are you're never going to get it clean the first time around. You could do a cleanup pass on it if you wanted to, but it all comes down to time and money for the most part, where you want to spend it. And this is just a full bottle of this and like 2 squirts of Dawn Power Wash. And this does a couple things. One, it cleans it with soap and water, and 2, it neutralizes the Enduramark, so it helps prevent it from damaging the powder coat, or at least in my experience. That's what it's done for me. So and on these bigger objects, your line interval matters. Like I used a 0.07. I should have used like a 0.05, maybe a 0.06. You could see some little imperfections there where it didn't quite hit. I just threw it in there. I didn't do any real testing with it. I just threw it in there to show what it can do. So yeah, so just keep it in mind, the bigger the object, usually the line interval needs to be a little bit tighter because of the steps per rotation. Kind of throws that off a little bit. But once you figure that out, you're good to go. And this ain't that bad. I mean, it's not acceptable to me, but still a good demo. So there you have it. And PPD Hydration is the brand of this stuff here. It's a new drinkware out of Australia. We're going to be doing a lot of testing on it because we may end up bringing it to the US next year. So stay tuned for that. We'll have more videos to come, and thanks for watching.